welcome back. It's good to have you stop by again. Hello. Yes, you can probably hear my birds in the background. I have 4 cockatiels, and their names are Indy, Tui, George, and Dusty. Dusty's an old man, he's about 19 or 20 years old. Indy and Tui are girls, and they're probably about 2.5 years old. And George, he's about 3 years old, and we don't know if he's a girl or a boy. We were told he was a boy who was originally thought to be a girl, but now Dusty and George are trying to make a family, so who knows. Now, this video is in response to a request to a subscriber who said they missed me, and asked if I could just do a life update. And I thought, okay, I can do that. Shh, I'm talking to my friends. That's enough. Shh. Okay, yes, you've got things to say too. I hope they're not too loud for you. I'm having my breakfast. It's the 30th of December in the morning, and it's probably yesterday for the rest of the world, but by the time I upload this, it'll probably be last week or something. Okay, who is making that noise? Who is making that noise? Excuse me just one moment. I'm going to go and check what the kerfuffle is about. Well, as suspected, Dusty is calling out for George, but George is too busy looking for some sweets to eat. Interesting. Now, I'm having breakfast, and for breakfast I have Hubbard's, thank goodness, gluten-free cereal, because I have celiac disease. So that sounds pretty gross when you say you have a disease. Let's just say I have celiac. And this is kind of like rice puffs, and it has dried fruit in it, pumpkin seeds, raisins, sliced almonds, what would that orange stuff be? Mystery fruit. I think probably maybe could be papaya or melon. I'm not sure, but it's quite tasty. I'll just have some. Excuse if you don't like eating sounds. I know some people like eating sounds, but some people really can't stand it, and since I'm multitasking, there may be a little bit of munching and crunching, so here goes. Okay. I'm not going to make a big deal. Oh, sorry. I'm not going to make a big deal out of eating, but I am eating my breakfast. Now, I also have to drink a cup of Healthery's lemon and ginger tea with a smidge of apple, apparently. And I always like to take this with a spoonful of honey because I'm not sweet enough. So I'll have a sip of that. Okay. I don't like swallowing sounds, so I don't think I'll do too much of that, but I do want to drink it, so I'm a little torn. Okay, life update. As you know, someone's having a fly. That's good, it cools off the air. It's getting quite hot. It's summer here. December is summertime in the southern hemisphere. Now, life update. I have completed 1 year of study for my teaching degree. I have 2 more years to go, and I'm still working at school as a teacher aide and running the sensory program. But it's school holidays. School's broken up for the summer, which is great. Although not such a novelty, because New Zealand was in, well, not New Zealand, sorry, Auckland, where I live in New Zealand. We were in lockdown for, I don't even know how long. It was 3-4 months. And so I wasn't able to be at school. And I was involved in a lot of Zoom classes. Not just with the classes I work with in my job, but also with my base class as a student. So I was taking the lessons for the class that I was in, and that was for year 5 and 6 students. I think the equivalent to that in grades would be 4 and 5s, because we don't have kindergarten grade. Anyway, I'm not sure. So that was fun, but I'll tell you, studying full-time online and working full-time and having a family which includes 3 young children who are high maintenance due to their I won't delve too deeply into that, but one of them has FASD, 2 of them have ADHD, so full on. But yes, it puzzles me. You see, I paid all that money for my first year of studying, lots and lots of thousands of dollars, and they make me do stuff. Like, you can't just buy a degree, they make you actually do stuff. Like, read lots and lots of things. But it's good, I've gained a lot of knowledge. So 2 years to go, and then I'll be able to get paid for teaching as a teacher. But after that, I think it takes another 2 years before becoming a fully registered teacher. So I have another 4 years to go. It's a long time. At my age, it's a long time. I had a birthday a couple of weeks ago. I'm 59. How did that happen? 59, goodness me. So next year will be a significant... Excuse me while I take another bite of my cereal. If you hate eating sounds, I suggest you block your ears. I'll try and do it quietly. Let's make it 2. The spoon crashes on my teeth. What else have we been doing? We've had our kitchen redone. You know, only rich people have their kitchens renovated, so I feel quite guilty. I'm thinking I must be rich, and I know that there are people who are struggling. We have a housing crisis, and there's a lot of homeless people, and here am I, well, here are we, my husband and family, renovating our kitchen. We had someone come to do it, the kitchen studio, and it's beautiful. It's not completely finished, all the little fiddly bits haven't been finished yet, but it's been opened, the layout has been opened up, and it's much nicer to work in. And previously it was quite dark and kind of enclosed. It had an awful corner cupboard that I called the black hole, because I could never find anything in there. It was like a big triangle cupboard, you know the ones? And yeah, when we were emptying it out, when I say we, I mean me, I emptied it out. And yeah, I had to throw out a lot of stuff. My husband doesn't like me throwing out stuff, so I had to do it when he was not around. because he thinks, let's just say he thinks if anything goes in the freezer, as far as he's concerned, it's, what's that word, cryogenics? Is that the word? Oh, I've forgotten the word. You know, Walt Disney had his head frozen. When we were first married, I was cleaning out the freezer, and I found things dated from more than 10 years, and he would not let me throw it out. So I made us lunch with bread that was about a decade old. And yeah, he said I could throw that out, so sometimes you've got to be sneaky. Excuse me while I have another sip of my tea. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, but this year I didn't feel very Christmassy because I guess having the kitchen didn't really get usable until about 2 days before Christmas, so I couldn't do all that preparation that you do. And I think I get frustrated that there's all this build-up for like 2 months of intense build-up, and then Boxing Day nobody mentions Christmas. Yeah, it's such an anticlimax. My cereal's gone soggy, but I like it that way. All that crashing around, I don't know if you can hear it, is Dusty, and he's found the nesting box, and he's making a little nest for him and George. I'm not sure if I should remove the nesting box or not. Does anyone know about birds? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe we'll wait and see if George might be a girl. Maybe there'll be an egg. The other 2 girls have laid eggs before, and they weren't fertile. But, yes, that was something funny while our kitchen was getting renovated. I had the birds out, because I have them out every day. And George and Dusty found a little place, and they kept looking for little areas, only it was down a cavern between the cabinets that hadn't been finished. So it was about a 6-foot drop. And it was about maybe a foot wide, 2 feet long. They were stuck for about 30 hours. Maybe a bit less, maybe 24 hours. Yeah, so it was very worrying. We thought we were going to have to cut a hole in the cabinetry, but my son, he lowered the bird swing down on a rope, and at that point they were desperate to get out, and one by one he pulled them up on the bird swing. So he was my hero, because you can't leave a bird without water and food for any length of time, or they'll dehydrate. Another bite. What else? Oh, today we are going away to the beach. We have a caravan in a camping ground on the Coromandel in Pauanui. Beautiful area, but it's getting a bit boring now, and a bit frustrating that we've paid we pay the fees, the management fees. We own the caravan, but we have to pay management fees, which are quite a bit, and we haven't been allowed to go there. So it's kind of money getting wasted, and I'm beginning to wonder if we should sell the caravan and use the money we'd normally spend on fees to have a nice holiday around New Zealand with the children. Like, maybe it's getting a bit boring going to the same camping ground, and like Pauanui is a little town. There's not a lot to do. It's just the beach and the estuary. It's beautiful. I think I've shared videos before, so you might find some videos where I went by myself. It's lovely to get away to by yourself if you want a nice quiet getaway, but it won't be quiet tonight, and it certainly won't be quiet tomorrow night because it's New Year's Eve. and everyone will be having their parties at the caravan, and I'll be trying to get my children to sleep. Our school starts again on the 1st of February for us, so it's a long summer break. And uni starts, I think, about a week later. And I will need to be at a different school on my, what they call the cusp day, which is my day for being in a classroom as a student. So I'll be working 4 days a week at my school, and I will be going to a different school. And yeah, it will be interesting to see how a different school operates. I've worked in a high school before, and I've worked at the primary school for over 3 years. So the only age group I have not worked with is years 6 and 7, which is the 11 and 12-year-olds. Yes, I see you. I see you. Do you want to come here? Do you want to come and see my friends? Be quiet then. Shh. You're cute. Oh, he's having a little fly. It's George. What was I saying? Oh yes, I think I'll do, it's called intermediate. The years 7 and 6s. No, sorry, 7 and 8s are called intermediate. So I think I'll do that in my final year, so that then I will have done every age group. So New Year's resolutions. Do you make those? I think my New Year's resolution will be to try and keep my kitchen tidy and to wipe the cupboards every day, because I don't know what I was thinking. White cupboards with 2 dogs and children. What was I thinking? But it looks so nice. So I'm going to have to keep them clean, but I have to work out how to do housework during study, because I have a feeling they're going to give us harder stuff to do. Okay, now let me think, is there anything else? Oh, church. Yeah, church has been struggling. I think a lot of churches have been struggling. Ours has been struggling for a number of years financially, and I think the situation at the moment is really tipping it over the edge. We've been having services on Zoom, and we recently went to this, the government put in this traffic light system where churches could meet, and they could meet with up to 25 people if they were unvaccinated or vaccinated, didn't matter, or they could meet with up to 100 people if they were vaccinated. And we chose to go the route of Zoom plus having a few people in the church, so that we didn't make any distinction between the vaxxed and unvaxxed, because I don't think Jesus would have made that distinction. He didn't make a distinction between leper and non-leper. So yeah, it's a lot of work doing Zoom sessions for maybe just 4 people to turn up, because we have not got many people at our church now. But we've got a building with a mortgage that accommodates quite a few people. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious to know what God is doing, because I'm seeing some churches getting stronger, and some, you know, maybe the smaller churches. I'm wondering if God is trying to bring us all together. I'm not sure. I don't know, but I feel He's wanting to build the church, and it's not just about the church down the road. I don't think God is into real estate. I think He's trying to build up His bride in these times, and it's exciting. and I really hope to get a glimpse of what he's doing soon. Yeah, it's exciting times because he's moving. Yeah. Now I think that's probably all. I better finish packing for us to go down to Pauanui, and I will edit this video, and I will, when we're in Pauanui, and I will use some B-roll footage. So who knows what you're going to see. Okay, I will say bye-bye for now, and God bless you, and Happy New Year. Take care now.